Hello there. So, something transpired at some point, I believe last week, and, I did not see it until a couple days ago, so, probably about halfway between now and when it actually happened. I've not talked about people crashing out in baseball for a while now. I did not talk about the Dalton Rushing situation at all. I don't know why. That would have been something I probably would have. I don't know why I didn't talk about Dalton Rushing. I probably should have talked about Dalton Rushing because he is a jerk. But I'm going to talk about this because I've seen a lot of people making a big deal about this. The game between the Cubs and the White Sox, who, from what I've heard, I don't care enough about either one of these teams to know anything about. I'm pretty sure these two teams absolutely hate each other, from what I've heard. I'm pretty sure there's a rivalry there, but again, I just don't care about either one of those two teams. It's a game between the Cubs and the White Sox, and at some point in the game, there was this catch that would have been one of his best catches of the season for Pete Crow-Armstrong, and he messed it up. And for anyone who doesn't know baseball, he played for the Cubs. He messed up a extremely good catch, and while he was sitting on the ground there, potentially injured, a White Sox fan in the stands looked at him and screamed, "You suck!" For no reason whatsoever, completely unprovoked. When he was sitting on the ground there, he wasn't actually injured, but he very well could have been. I believe someone had to come over and check on him. And she just started heckling him for no reason. I also heard somewhere, and this is not on the video that's been going viral, so I don't know if this was actually said, but I also heard somewhere that she called him PC AAA, which is, for anyone who doesn't follow baseball, people abbreviate his name to PCA, and that basically is her saying, for anyone who doesn't know baseball, he should get demoted to a lower level besides the major leagues. He should be demoted to a minor league level, is what she's saying, basically, for anyone who doesn't understand baseball. So, yeah, that's some pretty crappy stuff. And, yeah, yeah, so she should not have been saying that at all. She had no reason to say that. And her as a fan of the other team, that's just her being a bad sport whatsoever. In baseball, where I feel like baseball is the one sport where people actually still give a crap about sportsmanship. So that's a little just sad for me to see. But the other thing too is his response to it is what made the situation go viral. He stood up and looked at her and said, and I quote, "Suck my fucking dick, bitch." That's what he said. And those are his exact words. And it's valid crash out. Valid crash out. But wow. I've seen a lot of people take both sides of this situation, saying, oh, well, he shouldn't have said it, but a lot of people saying valid crash out, which I kind of agree with both. It's a valid crash out because she was being a jerk for no reason whatsoever. But at the same time, bro, there are certain things you just don't say to fans in baseball, and that is most definitely one of them. That's some crazy. You can't say that. Yeah. Again, valid crash out, but wow. Wow, bro lost it right there. And I understand it was a rough series for him, but dang. He just lost. I'm really not going to take either side of this situation because, honestly, you know what? I'll just take Pete's side. I can't, I feel like I can't not take Pete's side because what he said, it was entirely wrong. But, like, he was fully provoked there. She just came at him for no reason whatsoever. But, dang. Like, I knew this was going to be a shorter video. That's really all I got to say about it. But, like, I'm just giving my thoughts on the situation. It's just something that's happening in baseball that everyone's making a big deal about. And I track baseball a lot. I really, for how much I track baseball, should have made a video about the whole saga with Dalton rushing. But yeah, if you guys are wondering anything about that, Dalton rushing may be the biggest jerk in baseball right now. There's a guy I watched named Made the Cut. It's a YouTube channel about baseball stuff. He has a series of videos on the Dalton rushing thing. So if you want to check that out, check out his channel. It's at this point, it's been like a month since Dalton rushing. So, Dalton rushing's crazy. I don't think we've seen the last of the Dalton rushing crash outs. So, maybe he'll be in a video on this channel at some point. But that's going to be about it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.